So we got a little deadlift session. As I said yesterday, isn't really gonna be like a, type of lifting video like it normally is for the strength, where it's like, let's see what we go up to today. Let's try to hit some heavy ass shit. Like I said, back had a little bit of an injury scare last week, and it's still pretty tight. So I just want to do the intended weight. Not gonna go up at all for that last set. If anything, I'll probably just do it paused or something. Just because I want to preserve the back, because I do have a deadlift competition coming up, not this Friday, next Friday. So this is going to be more of a quick little, more of just like a, come deadlift with me type video. Trying to be insightful, informative as well. You know what I mean? Not going to be the typical like heavy shit, yeah. It's going to be more of the informative, boo. But you might learn something. Who knows? First order of business, a little bit of information, no matter how strong as you get, warm up with the bar. You know what I mean? Get a little bit warmed up before you jump in that weight. Some of the strongest people warm up with just the bar. Also, we are going to be indeed using the straps again because want to get used to them, as used to them as possible. We haven't been using them in a while. And not just because let's get used to using them again. No, it's because straps are being allowed at this deadlift comp. So to give myself the same edge as everybody else, I'm going to use the straps. Know what I'm saying? And what weight I intend to go up to, it won't be anything crazy unless I'm pushed to that point. You know what I mean? Because it is just a little silly deadlift competition. I just decided to sign up for it because I thought it'd be fun and not give me the legit, stepping up onto a legitimate platform experience, but give me some experience with just lifting under pressure, lifting in front of crowd, lifting on a platform. So I decided to do it, But at the end of the day, it's just a little silly local gym competition. So there's no need for me to go OD, and just fucking do some crazy shit unless we're pushed that way. So I want to just kind of feel out the comp, see who's lifting what, base my numbers off of that. And then if we do have to go for something disgusting, maybe we'll get on the 700. 700 is a little bit unrealistic. Max with 670, or max of 670 without the straps. I feel like straps, as I used them last week, help a fuck ton, definitely a good amount. I feel like I could do like a 690 if I need to, but never underestimate the adrenaline and just lifting in front of a large amount of people that are feeding you their energy. So who knows, maybe 700, but yeah. Again, that's only if we have to. I don't even plan to time my max. You know what I mean? There was one dude who I was a little bit nervous about signing up for the comp. His name was Jared. Super fucking strong guy. I've seen him, I think his max deadlift currently is 816. But he does strongman shit. Like the powerlifting, doesn't really concern him. So because of that, he hasn't signed up for the competition. So we got that out of the way. But the other person I talked to is really strong. A little bit of an older fella who does powerlift. He's actually stepped up on a legitimate platform before. That's the homie Brad. And he said that he was gonna try to hit 630, but he doesn't know if he can do it. So that being said, it's very unlikely that I'm even going to tie my max, but never say never. Like I said, never underestimate, the crowd of people feeding you that energy, that positivity, you know, and having all that adrenaline pumping when you're lifting with all eyes on you. So maybe Brad comes in and he does like fucking 700 and I got to go up to like 705. So never say never, but the plan for right now is just to play by ear or by eye since we're seeing the weight, but also could be by ear if you're hearing the weight. You know, as Mr. Popo has once said, see with not only your eyes, but with everything. I think the only thing we need to work on, I think pushing, because remember, when you're deadlifting, you want to treat it as a push movement. Rooted in the ground, just pushing up, you know what I mean? You're not pulling, you know, you're not pulling up. You're pushing up and then using that back to lock it out. You got a really good feel for that. I feel like that's like chef's kiss right now. I think the only thing I need to focus on today is my starting position, meaning that I'm making sure that the bar is all the way against my shins so I can have the most perfect bar pack that I possibly can. I'm gonna be a little bit annoying because we are deadlifting in the pants, but I mean, Breathedivinity sweatpants are tough. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if there's one time to make an exception, it's when you got these things on. But anyways, yeah, just being more in line with the bar and whatnot is the only thing I need to focus on. Sometimes I kind of just like get hyped, the adrenaline's pumping, and I kind of just strap in and fucking pull it. You know what I mean? So just making sure everything is set before taking off with that weight is, I think, the #1 order of business for today. And check this out, man. We got the baggy sweatpants, but second stage, these are rolled up. Once we roll them down and we let the sweatpants consume the lower half and it feeds us that power, it's gonna be quite the buff. We'll save that for the first set though. No need to get into that right now. I think the only thing I'm concerned about is the back. Because like I said, it was a little injury scare, you know what I mean? In the way where after I did the 600 for 5, my shit was tweaked out, bro. Like, I mean, I was having to walk like this, you know what I mean, for the next couple of days, because even just like slightly taking tension off my back was killing me. So I'm just making sure that I don't play myself, and while the back is still somewhat weak, we just actually fuck it up and legit get injured. Fortunately though, I do think, just going based off of how the back was, I was still able to do my squats and add on a decent amount of weight for that last set, that it was more so just super fucking tight and sore from the amount of volume that we did, because we've never done that much volume for deads. But never say never. Maybe it's just a little bit strained, and all it takes is for one little misread, you know, or going up to weight that we shouldn't be doing today, and then it's, you know, bye back. So that is one thing to be aware of today, and just make sure that we're pulling within a range that makes sense. So not adding on weight to that last set, but more importantly, making sure the form is super on point today. Super on point. No misgrooves, good bar path, driving with the legs, all that shit. I believe this is 485. So we're gonna lock in, hit this up, and I think we're gonna do one more warm up. Because what we have to go up to is still in the 500 range. So we'll do one more warm up, probably mid 500s before, or maybe a little bit less than mid 500s, and then hop into that first set. And just to make up for not adding on more weight where normally we would, we'll probably go for some pause shit on that last set, just solidifying the, not solidifying, but, you know, like we're at a point where our leg drive, off the ground is good, but why not just work on things that are already good to make them even better? It's good, it could be excellent. You know what I'm saying? So probably just do that just to get to that point where it is excellent. It feels really good today. I just think we need to slip out of the mentality of like, let's be extra careful for the back and just trust that our form and everything will be good enough to walk away from this deadlift completely fine. You know what I mean? No need to overthink, especially considering we're like, when the shit went down, it was with 600. We're not touching that today, so, but just saying that, because like, yes, you want to be careful, when something like that happens, you know what I mean? But you can't be overthinking about shit, because once you start overthinking when you're getting down on the weight, I mean, that can add on 50 more. I've been there, bro. Like when I actually fucked up my back, when I pinched a nerve in it and I had to crawl out of the gym, dude, it was the biggest challenge of getting back into deadlifts was not moving the weight. Like once I got to a point where my back was healed, it was just not overthinking. You know what I mean? Just like, it was really hard for me to get like behind the weight and actually put effort into it. Because as soon as I would go somewhat heavy, I'd be like, oh shit, what if the same thing happens again? So it's more of just like, yes, I am looking out for today. It's the reason why I'm not going up to 600. But at the same time, right, I don't want to get into the habit of overthinking, you know what I mean? Get back into that old habit, and next thing I know, I'm fucking adding 100 pounds onto my max, mentally, or just making it hard for me to really put all of it into it because I'm scared that it's gonna get messed up. So I'd say the main order of business today is not overthinking it, and better bar path. All right, last warm up. We can do this beltless. It is a warm up at the end of the day, but probably just because, when you look at it for doing 600 for 5 last week, whatever weight we go up to, it's nothing. You know what I mean? That's why I gave you guys a forewarning that today's video gonna be pretty fucking boring because this is some little kid shit that I'm messing with today. So I probably don't even need the belt at all, but for the sake of preserving the back, and not making it worse after last week, we will use it. See, it's that slight overthinking, man. I'm telling you, we need to cut that shit out now. So we're gonna get on the first weight and we're gonna fucking rip it off the ground. And then once the back is fine after that, we'll be like, don't worry for nothing. I'm telling you, bro. It fucks up everything. Off the ground, it's gonna be slower. Weight's gonna feel heavier. You might not even be in the mood to pull it after you overthink it. So we're gonna get on that first working setting and cut that shit out. I don't think we need a belt for the first set. They get the back all the way warmed up and everything, but not using one. But in turn, just to make sure everything goes okay, we're gonna get that power from the baggy sweatpants. Initiating power increase. Oversized sweatpants. Consume the muscles. Consume them and feed me your power. Good first set. Slow, yes. But I feel like the bar path and everything was very solid and no pain. So we're gonna do that second set, gear up to do that last set, paused. But for now, we're gonna take a little breaky break. All right, we are indeed pinning the belt on for this set, and we'll probably keep it on for the last set too, especially if we plan to do it pause. The weight feels good, you know what I mean? Definitely a huge step down from, you know, last week's, you know, top set that we did for 5. But anyways, I don't really know. I had it and it was gone. Somewhere in this room to be found. But by me? I don't know. It's good. Not really satisfied with the speed for today. So I think last set we're really gonna lock in and focus on that speed, focus on that fluidness of the lift and whatnot. You know what I mean? I feel like right now, things just kind of feel slow. I feel like I'm kind of like halting, right? Like, it's not really fluid. It's not just like, pull that slack out, get ready, push, push. It's more pull that slack out, get ready, go. Now let's start pushing. So, and clean that up. And the pause reps will help with that. So, just gonna focus on finishing strong today. Am I rolling them up? Yes. I'm decreasing the power for the sake of I am baking and hot as shit in here. So I am gonna remove the pump cover and it looks a little bit more aesthetic. I don't know if I'm lean enough. Probably won't be for a while. Summer is when I like to cut. I don't know if we're lean enough to pull off the complete look of some big sweatpants and, you know, wife beater, but I feel like, you know, since we're not yet there, it at least makes it a little bit better to not have the pants be super baggy and then a wife beater. It makes it look a little bit more aesthetic. What do you think? Just asking the cameraman for approval. All right, now we see if we can finish strong. Do what we said we were gonna do. Not just for the pause reps, but finishing up strong. I see you, my boy. Felt better than set 1, 2. Moved better. But we're gonna have to take it easy next week, like really easy. We have top singles. Like normally it would be singles week. I think what we should do for singles week at least for deadlifts. Bench will be fine, but still go ahead with the singles, but keep it really, really light. Like go up to like a single of 495 or 500. You know what I mean? Not even over what we've been doing for reps, for like a pause 1, because too much volume can hinder your strength. For example, if we were to go, like we did 600 for 5 last week, fuck ton of volume. Then we did this. If we were to go up in weight and then also do a top single, my CNS, you know, my muscles, all that, we fried. Like when you break the shit down, it needs time to recover. The more you beat it up, the longer it's gonna take to recover. You know what I mean? So if we were to just keep going OD, right? By the time next Friday rolls around, our, you know, system, our body, you know, our temple, it would not be recovered in time by that point, which means that weight that would normally be lightweight would feel 10 times heavier. This is why people take deloads. You know what I mean? This is why people that are on gear can do insane amounts of volume and still experience rapid growth because it speeds up that recovery process. So for the sake of feeling good, we're gonna take it hella easy. We might even touch 500 for the singles next week. That way we can feel good, you know what I mean? Have the weight feel light, you know what I mean? God forbid, you know, we took care of the back, everything's fine. And since we weren't, you know, just fucking around with heavy weight, we go next week and fucking 400 pounds feels like 600. So, but yeah, all in all, I'm happy with that.